40-year manhunt for one of the most prolific serial criminals in American history may be over. An arrest made yesterday in the case of the Golden State Killer, suspected of murdering at least 12 people and sexually assaulting dozens more.
The suspect, 72-year-old Joseph James DeAngelo, a family man, a former police officer who was living in suburban Sacramento. ABC's Natalie Brunell has the latest on the stunning break in the case after decades of mystery.
This is the man Sacramento sheriff's detectives believe is the elusive Golden State Killer, 72-year-old Joseph James DeAngelo, allegedly responsible for at least 12 murders, 50 rapes, and more than 100 burglaries in California from 1976 to 1986. Authorities making a critical break in the case within the last few weeks, leading them to this suburban home near Sacramento.
We started some surveillance. We were able to get some discarded DNA. And we were able to confirm what we thought we already knew, that we had our man.
The news quickly spreading among the victims and their families.
I just started shaking. I never in my lifetime expected to see that.
Elizabeth Hupp was 16 when a man authorities believe was DeAngelo broke into her Central California bedroom while she was sound asleep and tried to abduct her. Her father tried to stop them and ended up killed.
He shot my dad twice and then took off running. I loved my father dearly and he took him away from me.
The killer spreading fear, making taunting phone calls to police and victims. The victims' families sharing relief the case may finally be closed.
For the 51 ladies who were brutally raped in this crime scene, sleep better tonight.
Authorities are pointing to great detective work and new forensic technology as the keys to solving the case, but won't reveal what exactly led them to DeAngelo until the case goes to trial. Natalie Brunell, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Small victory for President Trump's longtime personal attorney, Michael Cohen. Barbara Jones, a former U.S. attorney and federal judge, was appointed to sort through all the material seized from Cohen's home, office, and hotel room to determine what's subject to the attorney-client privilege instead of having federal investigators do the job on their own. The document dispute threatened to delay the criminal investigation targeting Cohen. Once those documents are sorted, federal prosecutors will begin to look for evidence Michael Cohen committed a crime.
Now to a developing story in Wisconsin where an explosion at a refinery left over a dozen people injured. It happened at the Husky Energy oil refinery in Superior. Emergency officials were called out for what was described as an explosion involving a small tank. Witnesses say the initial blast sounded like a sonic boom. Authorities now evacuating people who live 10 miles south of the refinery. The city's fire chief says that fire has been extinguished.
Florida lawmakers are going to let voters decide whether or not to expand gambling in the state. Legislative leaders say they cannot agree on how to update gambling laws, and so they will not hold a special session this summer. Last month, top Republicans started holding private talks about the state's current deal with the Seminole Tribe of Florida, which operates several casinos. Tribal officials recently agreed to keep paying the state until May of 2019. Lawmakers went back and forth on that current agreement, as well as who should have the power to decide if parimutuels in 8 counties can introduce slot machines to revive their ailing facilities. That decision will now be up to voters again in November.
Well, certainly a nice day today, but Bob says we might expect some changes over the next couple of days. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Good evening, everyone. We are looking at a little bit of a change. We have a change right now going through the southeast United States. This area of low pressure, you can see the spin quite clearly on the satellite review for the past 12 hours. That low pressure area continues to move off to the northeast, and as it does so, it's going to take a lot of the energy with it, and so we're not anticipating much with this cold front, which trails behind it. You can see that front now quite clearly demarked by these showers that are in Georgia, but there's not much to it in terms of rainfall south of that. The rain has really dried up, and I'm not anticipating much rain for us on Friday. Just a few showers maybe around. Beautiful day today at Lakewood Ranch, showing just a few fair weather cumulus clouds and low top clouds that look like cotton balls at times, and those are indicative of some nice weather, and that's what we're seeing right now. Futurecast shows that thin line of showers, and this may be a little bit too much, but there's going to be a few showers over North Florida. We'll see some activity here. Afternoon, it looks like maybe 1 or 2 lone rain showers moving through. They shouldn't be around all that long. The front will eventually push on through Saturday morning, and then behind it some slightly drier air, and it really doesn't cool down all that much, maybe a couple degrees below average. 76 right now. It's nice. The relative humidity at 64%. We have a west to southwest wind at 9 miles an hour, and the pressure 29.91 inches, falling ever so slightly at this time. We'll have much more and take a look at the work week next week. Looks to be a warm one. Details on that coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Bob. An update now on the city of Sarasota's controversial Lift Station 87 project. The project manager warning neighbors it's about to get loud, and he wasn't kidding. Well, this week, construction crews started installing sheet piling at the site on Mound Street near 301 in Lukewood Park. The city says residents can expect extra noise from that site. Work has been going on there from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. off and on over the last 10 years. It is scheduled to be complete in the year 2020. The project team installed a vibration monitor in a nearby condo complex. If monitors detect excessive vibration, the contractor says they will modify the construction approach. They expect the extra noise to last for at least the next 2 months.
As Northport keeps growing, city commissioners are trying to keep up with the housing demand. This week, commissioners approving zone changes for a tentative plan for a new complex called Canito Blade Apartments. It will be built near Toledo Blade and Kenville Drive. It's a 64-unit multi-family development on 5 acres of land. Some residents brought up concerns about more traffic in the area, but city commissioners say the benefits outweigh the potential problems with housing being so scarce.
Well, it is Bring Your Kids to Work Day, and employees at Doctors Hospital in Sarasota are giving their children an opportunity to learn more about the rewarding field of healthcare. The kids also got to experience a behind-the-scenes look at what hospitals do.
Apparently you go to work all the time, and all the kids know is that you're leaving and then you're coming back, but they hardly ever get to see what you really do. So that's a great opportunity for them to actually get to see what's going on.
The kids love the opportunity to see where mom and dad are each day. The parents and staff love it because it's just another extension of our family, and we try to create that family environment here so everybody gets to be part of it.
Well, the kids also got a chance to see the hospital's new robot that's being used for surgery, and they got to try controlling that robot and even got the chance to dress up like surgeons. Pretty cool there. And I saw a lot of social media posts with people bringing their kids to work, and I'm sure some of those kids are probably excited to go back to school tomorrow.
Well, maybe, yeah, but you know, I think it's great for the parents, maybe more so for the kids.
Right.
You know, to be around your kid for the whole day. My daughter didn't want to come to work.
Yeah, where's reset?
Yeah, preferred school.
Okay.
Oh well. Still to come in your Suncoast News, why health officials believe the number of kids with autism is increasing. And how golfers can save some money on green fees this summer. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Get to Sunset Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat in Sarasota for big savings during the spring sales event. Get KBB's 2017 Best Buy Award overall winner, the Chrysler Pacifica, for just $23,999. Or save big and get the new Chrysler 300 Touring with an MSRP over $30,000 for just $21,999. That's a savings of over $8,000. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat in Sarasota today.
Set your course for a waterfront lifestyle on Florida's last private island. Discover one particular harbor by Margaritaville. Nearby sugar sand beaches are as easy to find as the warm Florida sunshine. Waterfront residences from the high 400s overlook beautiful Anna Maria Sound. And a new marina with direct access to the Gulf of Mexico. Plus, incredible savings on move-in-ready homes. Come tour designer models today. Visit ophmintousa.com now.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com. You want a Maserati, but you need an SUV. Why not have both? Levante, the Maserati of SUVs.
Experience it today at Sunset Maserati, Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
The skills you develop as a soldier in the Army National Guard can give you a head start on your career. Gain practical experience with technology and equipment that will give you a leg up in the civilian world. Learn critical leadership skills and to be part of a team. Serve your community and your country part-time while earning money for an education. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn about the paid training and career opportunities available to you in the Army National Guard.
My goal every day when I come into work at ABC7 is to tell your stories, give you that major local news and those details that you really care about. I'm Jacqueline Matter, and I'm here for you.
A Venice attorney is found guilty of defrauding his clients.
Adam Miller could be sentenced to several years in prison for stealing from clients who trusted him with their money. ABC7's Christopher Brantley has more.
Hey, good afternoon, Mr. Miller.
The money was kept in what's called an attorney trust account. It belonged to Miller's clients, but he had access to it to withdraw his attorney's fees. But Brad Gucciardo says he withdrew too much.
He did so by writing checks and making cash withdrawals from his own trust accounts in those banks, and then deposited the funds in his own accounts within the same banks.
On Thursday, Miller was found guilty of 5 counts of scheme to defraud his clients. Gucciardo represents 2 of Miller's victims. One is a single mom with a young child.
Her life has completely changed. She's a single mom, very young, and the other members of the family have similar situations.
The money was kept in certain banks. Now Gucciardo is going after those banks for the victims' money.
We do believe that the banks bear liability for either aiding and abetting Mr. Miller's withdrawal of these monies from their accounts, or failing to properly, at minimum, failing to properly supervise their own handling of these accounts.
In this case, the sins of the son are similar to the sins of the father.
Mr. Miller's father was convicted of similar, if not identical, misconduct. I believe he was sentenced to 4 years.
That's Christopher Brantley reporting. Miller's sentencing hearing is now set for July. He faces between 7 to 12 years in prison.
Concerning news tonight about the number of kids diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder. With more on why that number is increasing, here's ABC's Tara Palmieri.
The CDC has released new data suggesting that there are more kids with autism than we thought. It's a disorder that affects a child's behavior, communication, and ability to socialize. Previous numbers estimated that 1 in 68 children were affected by this disorder. Today's new numbers suggest that it's more frequent. 1 in 59 children affected. This amounts to 1.7% of all children. Common symptoms of autism include delayed language development, abnormal and repetitive behaviors like rocking or hand flapping, and difficulty with socializing, like limited eye contact, and some are severely affected, some less so. Many believe that this increase in autism is actually an increase in awareness, not prevalence, and that physicians are simply doing a better job at diagnosing the disorder. The earlier kids are diagnosed, the easier it is to help them with the condition. That being said, these statistics are dramatic enough that many psychologists and pediatricians worry that we may be missing a piece of this puzzle. With this Medical Minute, I'm Tara Palmieri, ABC News.
Well, golfers can save some green on their greens fees this summer. The Bobby Jones Golf Club is offering a summer bargain starting Tuesday, May 1st. Golfers can sign up for the Summer Loyalty Club and just pay a flat fee, allowing them to play as often as they want through October 31st. That fee is $295 and includes all greens fees at the city-owned course in Sarasota.
Now your ABC 7 first weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
I got a chance to get out there and play the last of the Dream 18 for this season. It wasn't too good. You'll see that, I think, next week. I wrapped it up really nice. Lakewood Ranch webcam showing fair skies out there. And it looks like things will stay that way, too, tonight. We're looking for mostly fair skies and really temperatures fairly close to seasonal average, maybe a few degrees above average. Then a cold front makes its way through. The winds have been really quite nice, 5 to 10 coming in from the Gulf of Mexico, and the water temperature in the upper 70s. That just makes the beaches outstanding as far as the weather goes. And looks like we have a little stronger winds well inland, but those aren't all that strong. 10-mile-an-hour winds really for the most part. Warm Mineral Springs, Venice at 8, Northport, you're at 10, and 7 miles an hour Rotunda. Well, the Titan radar picture continues to show this low pressure area. It's not a very intense low, but it did bring some heavy rainfall into parts of the southeast United States. It's still doing so. These are some heavy rainmakers there in southwest Georgia. Not much rain for us going on, though, as this cold front slices through. We're going to see mild conditions even behind the front, so it's not going to be all that cold. It's still going to be very mild even on Saturday once the front clears our area. Currently, we have sunshine and temperature 76 degrees and the relative humidity at 64%. Winds out of the west-southwest, and today's high temperature was pretty nice at 78. This morning's low was right at the average. You don't see that very often. 91, the record high in 1999. Well, here comes the depiction of the frontal system. There's not much to it. You got to really look for it. As far as rainfall goes, a few showers are depicted here. I think we'll see a few scattered showers after the noon hour on Friday, and a thin line of clouds moving through. Even some residual clouds making their way through on into Saturday evening as we get some high clouds moving from west to east. That's the upper level flow pattern. That front will fade away, though, and we're looking for a beautiful day on Sunday. No threat of any rainfall, I think, over the weekend. Well, nationally, there's not a whole lot going on with the exception of this storm right here. The Northeast has had their fair share of wet weather over the past couple of days. That's starting to wind on down. And then this cooler front moving through parts of the northern plain states. For us, a few clouds are out there in the Gulf. Should make for a nice sunset. If you have a photo, send it to Pix, P-I-X, at mysuncoast.com. A few showers in Maine right now. This is another look at that model. It's a GFS showing similar conditions, pretty much the same timing too. So the models are in good agreement with this front slicing through. And then behind it, just some high clouds ripping on by the Gulf of Mexico with the upper level jet there. And then the next front isn't going to be around for a while. In fact, you have to go into a few days into May. So around May 5th, there'll be another cold front coming through. But until then, things stay pretty warm. I wanted to share the long-range model forecast. Now, notice the reds and oranges and the yellows. That's the warm temperatures. And you'll notice a lot of it on Sunday here over the southern plain states. But you'll notice that's going to shift east, really heating up here. But also now starting to expand over the southeast United States all the way up into New York, Vermont, New Hampshire. So this large, sprawling, high-pressure ridge now will dominate the weather through all of next week. And that means get ready for it. Temperatures near 90 degrees, high humidity. It's going to be not quite summer, but you're going to say, yeah, it's a lot hotter than it was last week. And that stays with us right through Friday, too, of next week. There's that cooler air coming in this May 5th now, and there will be a little bit of a front approaching. And it may be right in time for a possibility of a tropical low, if you will. We've been watching this. We showed it to you yesterday. And the models are indicating just a little bit of a trough of low pressure, nothing too significant. You can see that area of red indicates a little bit more disturbed weather, up to 30-mile-an-hour winds. So more than likely this will just be a line of low pressure, which will try to move off to the west around this area of high pressure. But with that frontal system approaching, it's still a long way off. So we'll just kind of keep an eye on it, just let you know that we're not too far off from the beginning of hurricane season. Temperatures for highs tomorrow in the 60s in Detroit, Chicago, Cleveland, and Washington. 98, though, in Phoenix. 72, pretty nice in Denver. For boaters tomorrow, we'll have a scattered shower or two in the afternoon. Winds will be out of the west at 10 knots. We'll have a light chop on the bays and inland waters, and it looks as though we will see a little bit of a moderate chop on Saturday and Sunday. Winds will pick up just a little bit. I don't expect to see any advisories over the weekend. 78-degree water temperature. That's starting to heat up. The threshold is 80 degrees for tropical development. UV index will be a 9 tomorrow. And we'll have a few clouds in the afternoon. Partly cloudy throughout the morning, though, I think. As the forecast goes, the temperature is staying pretty close to average as far as the low temperatures go. A little bit below it on Saturday. 79 should be a real nice day. Sunday looks great, too, with a nice, comfortable start at 63. And then we start marching it toward the 90-degree temperatures all the way through the work week next week with plenty of sunshine around. And it looks like no real threat of any problems for the work week next week, with high temperatures, again, being the biggest concern, and kind of making it feel a little bit more like summer. Back to you.
All right, sounds nice. Thanks, Bob. Time now to check your first alert traffic for the drive home. Right now, traffic is backed up heading into Palmetto from the Bradenton area as you head north over the DeSoto Bridge.
Well, the school districts try to figure out how to implement state-mandated armed security in all of our schools. One highly debated topic has been the School Guardian program.
Guardians would be school employees who volunteer for law enforcement training and carry a concealed weapon on campus. ABC 7's Adam Cellini learned more about the program by visiting its architect just north of us in Polk County. Adam?
That's right, Jacqueline. At least 2 school districts have approved the Guardian program in the last 2 days. But in Lakeland, Florida, something similar has been in place for over a year. It's called the Sentinel program, created in 2016 by Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd, and it was the foundation for these school guardians. 8 faculty members at Southeastern University spent months learning to shoot, fight, and stop an active shooter. They currently walk the Lakeland College's campus armed and undercover.
We don't believe in giving guns to teachers. We believe in asking people to say, would you be willing to be trained as law enforcement and serve in both capacities here on our campus?
I have no doubt that these guardians will save lives if called upon.
And coming up tonight at 6 o'clock, we're going to be showing you exactly what it takes for teachers to become sentinels or guardians. Back to you.
We'll see you in the next half hour. Thank you, Adam. Entertainment news is next.
My name is Stephen Campagna. We're Ben Gates and Dramus, and here is your law tip of the week. If you've been arrested in the state of Florida, the state attorney's office is already working on your prosecution. It's time to work on your defense. So give us a call. We've got your back.
Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru vehicles hold their value better than any other brand for 2018, according to ALG, and Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Outback is an IIHS top safety pick for 10 years running. Lease a new Subaru Outback today for just $239 a month, or get 0% financing with 0 down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
I work hard all day, and this is why. But taking care of my money has never been easy. Brinks knows what's valuable to me, making it easy to keep track of my money and pay my bills on time.
Here's to the strong, to the dependable, to the trusted. Your family counts on you. Who can you count on? The Brinks Prepaid MasterCard. With direct deposit, you can get your paycheck or government payments up to 2 days faster.
I don't have time to wait for a paycheck, cash it, and then run around and pay bills. Brinks knows what's valuable to me, time.
Call now or go online to get your Brinks Prepaid MasterCard. There's no cost to order and no credit check. Load money onto your card and then shop online, pay bills, buy groceries.
I get a text alert every time our card is used, so we always know our balance.
And we're protected from unauthorized transactions. Brinks gives us peace of mind.
With Brinks, you can conveniently manage your money online and with the mobile app.
I get cash back on everyday purchases. Brinks knows what's valuable to me, saving money.
Plus, you can load checks in minutes, anywhere with mobile check load. Call now or go online to get your Brinks Prepaid MasterCard. There's no credit check and no cost to order. And with a qualifying direct deposit, we'll upgrade you to Brinks Preferred with extra benefits. And in this TV-only offer, personalize your Brinks Prepaid MasterCard with your photo for added security. Manage your money on the go, anywhere, and get the peace of mind you deserve. Brinks knows what's valuable to you. Call right now to order your Brinks Prepaid MasterCard.
Call 1-800-282-9643.
There's no cost to order. Call now.
In entertainment news, Avengers: Infinity War is opening tonight in theaters, and it's looking more and more like a record breaker. The Atom Tickets app reporting the Marvel movie has its highest pre-sale volume ever, and that pre-sale is doubling day over day. The biggest 3-day opening weekend in domestic history was Star Wars: The Force Awakens with $248 million. Infinity War is expected to have the biggest opening weekend of any Marvel film to date.
After the recent death of DJ and producer Avicii, his family releasing a second statement about his death. The family says the late performer, quote, could not go on any longer. Avicii retired from touring in 2016. His family says after he stopped, he wanted to find a balance in life to be happy and be able to do what he loved most, music. They also say their son was not made for the business machine he found himself in. Instead, he was a sensitive guy who loved his fans but shunned the spotlight. A cause of death has not yet been released.
Well, crikey. The Hollywood Chamber of Commerce will honor the late Steve Irwin with a posthumous star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Irwin was an animal activist and host of a TV show called Crocodile Hunter. He died back in 2006 after being stung by a stingray while diving off Australia's north coast. Irwin's family will accept the star on his behalf.
New details tonight about the wedding of the year. Prince Harry has asked his older brother to be his best man. Kensington Palace announcing today that Prince William is honored to have been asked and is very much looking forward to supporting his brother. Prince Harry served as best man to William at his wedding to Kate Middleton in 2011. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are set to be married at St. George's Chapel in Windsor on May 19th. And you can watch the royal wedding live right here on ABC7 in a 5-hour special edition of Good Morning America. That coverage will start at 5 o'clock that morning and run until 10 o'clock. Certainly the wedding of the year.
I would have been shocked if anyone else was his best man.
I
You
know.
know?
Very true.
They're very close. We'll be right back.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Get to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota for big savings during the spring sales event. Shop the area's largest selection of new 2018 Jeep Wranglers, or get the most awarded SUV of all time, a new Jeep Cherokee, for as little as $19,999. Find the path to your next great adventure in the all-new Jeep Compass for just $17,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota.
Everything all right? Actually, you know how Tom had knee surgery? Sure. We found out Brad's been taking his painkillers. And it turns out he's been doing it for a while.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
Selfless service is the principle that guides Army National Guard soldiers to be ready whenever disaster strikes. They have a stake in the well-being of the neighborhoods where they live and work. They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times. Selfless service. It's what inspires the men and women of the Army National Guard to be part of something greater than themselves. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more.
Get all the local information you need before you leave home in the morning. Watch Good Morning Suncoast weekdays on ABC7 to get breaking news, plus first alert weather and traffic focused on where you live. ABC7, we're here for you.